Good morning and welcome back. We are here with Mike Kuna from Kuna Law Firm LLC with another Ask an Attorney question this week. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Jillian.
Thanks for joining us. So the question today is, I believe I was wrongfully terminated. I worked for an organization for 3 years with no issues. In the last few months, I started speaking up regarding the fact that upper management was lying, favoring employees, and not listening to the issues in our department. Did I do anything wrong? Thank you.
Well, Jillian, let's start from the fact that North Dakota, as many other states in our country, are actually at-will states. What does that mean? That means that every employer and every employee are employed at will and can either resign or be terminated at any time for any reason. However, as in all situations, there are always exceptions, and there are usually 4 reasons for wrongful termination. What are those reasons? Let's start from the first reason, which is clearly a very obvious one, a breach of contract. A second one will be retaliation. A third one will be discrimination. And a fourth one will be a violation of public policy. Now, let's discuss about each one of those reasons separately. The first reason is breach of contract. What is a breach of contract? Some people that are employed, I presume you are as well, have fancy contracts to protect them from certain bad conditions and things that can happen to them. Those people in their contracts have terms about why they should be terminated, how they should be terminated, what is the compensation they deserve, and usually also their wages, their days off, and etc. and such. However, some people that don't have leading positions, such as news anchors or lawyers, will need something to defend themselves, and most companies do have that. So in the state of North Dakota, if you have an employment handbook, that means that you are also protected, because our state treats it as if it's a contract. And if an employer terminates an employee against any of the policies in the employment handbook, that's a breach of contract too. Now let's speak about the issue of discrimination. Both the state and the federal government defend against discrimination in the workplace. Although federal discrimination requires a certain amount of employees, the state of North Dakota only needs an employer to have 1 employee or more, and then that employee is defended against discrimination. When we speak of discrimination, we're going to speak about protected groups, such as groups related to age, race, religion, and sexual orientation. However, that's not it. We also have the issue of retaliation. What does retaliation mean? Well, let's say, for example, somebody sues an organization, and an employee of that organization has to testify against the organization in court. If the employee testifies, and as a result of that testimony, the employer fires them, that is considered retaliation, and clearly that is forbidden. The last is public policy. An employer cannot fire an employee due to issues related from public policy. The best example for that is workers' comp. If an employee files for compensation for the state for an accident, an employer cannot fire them for that reason. That is a violation of public policy. In all of these examples that I've given and all these subject matters, if an employee is terminated, they have a valid and solid case against the employer, and they can take the employer to court. However, these issues are complex, not simple, fact-based, and very, very legal in their essence. Therefore, call me, speak to me, and I'll give you a full explanation, guide you through this process, and help you to win against your employer.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like that's a very common problem that people face. So
Extremely.
Thank you for breaking it down so thoroughly.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if you want to ask a question, you can go to our website at valleynewslive.com and click on the Ask an Attorney tab. But we'll have more North Dakota Today up next after the break.